Evening, folks, and welcome to Dice&Decks presents The Frigid Wastes, Session 5. When we last left our adventurers, they were in the cave system, and they had just finished off some spiders. Alright, guys, we're live, and I already gave the intro of where we left off, so whatever you guys would like to do.
How would you like to introduce my druid?
Just watch for cues, you'll know. Turk, Stridon, Talus, you guys ready?
Yep.
Turk is following Talus's direction and not orders, but just following along with what he's doing.
Alright, Talus, are you taking the lead, or is Stridon?
Well, have the spider webs been cleared away, I take it, after all the fighting? And
I burned him.
okay. Yeah, I'll crouch and slowly lead the way and make sure there's no more big spiders coming.
Turk will follow.
I'll be close on your heels.
Alright.
A door.
Shall we go through?
Well, yeah, so we can.
Should we be more subtle?
Are you mocking me?
No. Talus wants to go up and listen to the door first.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a listen check and let me know your result.
17.
You hear strange noises coming from the other side of the door.
Do they sound like mechanical or biological or metal on metal or?
At this distance and through the door, it's kind of hard to be certain, but probably more like metal on stone or metal on metal or stone on stone kind of sound.
Alice will take a look back at his two companions. It doesn't look like we have anyone here who knows how to do traps, do we?
Nope, not me.
I cannot today. Perhaps tomorrow if you require. You just let me know before we go to sleep.
Well, here's to living dangerously, I suppose. Alice will try the door and see if it's unlocked.
Indeed it is.
He will push the door open.
Alright, so you open the door and you see a fire in front of you with some people gathered around the fire.
Talos will slowly make his way into the room. I mean, do these just appear like normal people ready to eat, or is there anything odd about them, like bluish skin or red eyes or anything like that?
As far as you can tell, they look pretty normal.
Mushrooms. More glowing mushrooms. Hello.
Good evening.
Turk closes the door.
What brings you into our cave?
To be 100% honest, I'm not sure because conversation I missed out on last week. I mean, seriously, I was talking to the girl and her.
I know.
Yeah.
That was basically it.
And the next thing I know, we were in cave fighting sters. I'll tell them that. I really don't know.
Okay. So you explain the story of the girl with the red hood that you guys were following, and she led you here to check on the cave that she came out of.
Okay. And now that I think about it, didn't she say like she'd left something in the cave or forgotten something in the cave?
Yes.
I don't remember if she told me what it was or not.
No, she just said that she needed to hurry back to the cave and check on some things.
So, why are you people here?
This is our home.
Okay. How long have you been living here?
Our entire lives. How long have you been here?
About a minute, 2 minutes, something like that.
We do
I
not
just
have,
walked in the door.
We do not have enough food to feed you. You will need to find your own food. But this cave is plenty large for more people. You are welcome to stay.
Well, we're not moving in permanently.
It is dangerous outside.
But it's pretty dangerous in here. Ran into some spiders.
Yes, they are our pets. They are our guards. You did well to defeat them.
Well, there might be one or two still alive.
We pray that
Buried
it is
away.
So. Who are your friends?
Dryden and Turk.
Stryden and Turk?
Yes.
I am not
at this
familiar
point,
with
Turk will
these
walk up.
names. Where are you from?
A little village south of here.
There is no village to the south, only frozen water. Or rather,
Well, there was
freezing water.
There was a village when we left.
Then it is recently founded. We have not been out of the cave since the cold weather started to come in.
Yes, compared to that, the village has definitely been recently founded. You should maybe get out more because things in the outside world can affect you.
Yes,
I see you've got some mushrooms over here.
we do. Do you know anything about them?
Do they look like the same mushrooms that have been turning people red?
These appear to be different colors, of different variety and shape.
I'm not familiar with these particular mushrooms, but I did see some recently that helped in healing processes, or seem to.
What color were they?
I believe they were red.
Did you eat any of them?
I personally did not, but others who were traveling with me did.
I did.
We call them
Yeah,
the rage mushroom.
The rage mushroom.
They restore hit points to you. They are not. He doesn't say hit points. They restore vitality to you when you need it, and they make you stronger in battle.
Do they also make you lose control?
If you eat enough of them, yes, you become more and more angry with things. Yes. How many have they eaten?
I think the few people who had the most only had one. Now that I think about it, Treble might have had 2 or 3, maybe.
at least 2. Might have been. I'm thinking it might have been 3.
Then he is
Yeah,
in
one friend
danger.
of ours.
He is in danger if he had 3. He could lose his mind and begin to see things that are not there, and attack those he once loved. He should not be left alone.
I think well, other than the attacking people he once loved, I think Treble was pretty much already where you described.
Alone?
Alone and seeing things.
This is not good. They also can grow in stature if they are exposed too much to the rage mushrooms. We have one deep inside the cave. He is a druid. He helps us and teaches us things, and makes the cave safe for us. You will go and find him, and he will tell you more of nature and the wilds around here.
Okay, very
And
well.
as for getting out more, we were outside yesterday. There was no village to the south.
Well, maybe it's not there now.
How does an entire
day was
village
yesterday?
disappear? You were so certain the village was there a moment ago.
Well, perhaps the village is further away than I thought it was. And there's also the matter of
When was yesterday?
What was that?
when was yesterday?
Yesterday, when the sun, before the moon came up and the sun went down, was yesterday.
Let me ask you real quick. You know there's a temple not too far away from here?
Yes, a dangerous place. A most sacred place, though. You must stay away from it.
Why is it dangerous?
The men within practice strange magics. We dare not interfere with them. They are most dangerous.
Are there still people there?
We have not gone that way for some time. They are why we live here, in these caves. Our homelands were destroyed. There are some
Have
of
you
us.
gone there?
I'm sorry?
Have you gone there any time in the last 3,000 years?
Ooh, yes, we were there only a few years ago. Why would you think
Okay.
3,000 years have passed?
What year is
Well-
it for you?
Was someone
What
else
year do you
speaking?
think it is?
What year do we think it is?
Yes.
It is the year 700. Just after
Does that
our
have
home.
any meaning?
For you guys, it's the year 3700.
Oh, well. I'll look back at Stryden and Kirk again and say, well, it seems we have taken a little trip back to the past. Again, somehow.
Not this again.
Yes, this again.
What is past? How you mean?
You know how he was talking about yesterday? Kirk, you understand the word yesterday, then?
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine you woke up this morning and it was not today, it was like 10,000 yesterdays ago.
That it is not possible.
Well, I did not think so until recently, as I've done a little traveling through the years of my own of late. And there seems to be a connection between roughly 3,000 years ago and our own time. Or close enough.
How do we get back? How do we return?
I don't know, to be honest. The last time there was kind of a magical stone, but I basically faced it and thought about it, and it took me back to close to my own time, or our own time, but not exactly. It was still off by a couple of weeks. So I don't know if we could try to find another one of these magical stones, or a powerful enough wizard or someone who can send us back.
Perhaps we should ask them.
Maybe this druid. I don't know if druids having that kind of power, but
So
maybe this one's powerful enough to send us home.
the guy speaks up again. He says, "What is the weather like outside, friend?"
Snowing.
Snowing.
Cold.
What is snow?
White powder on the ground. Rain when it gets really, really cold.
Frozen water.
But you entered here. It can't be too much snow.
There's a lot of snow. We've found ways to survive it, at least for short periods of time, travel across it.
Are our livestock still outside?
I did
No.
not see any livestock when we came in.
We had thousands of them. How would you not see such a number? They were just there yesterday.
They were probably under the snow.
Under the snow.
We did not. I don't believe we came from your yesterday. We came from a different yesterday. Not even yesterday. We came from a different tomorrow.
I am confused. Is it not possible that we have traveled through time?
Did you touch a magic stone in the temple?
We have been here. We were sleeping in a cave with our wagon. And
I
our
don't
wagon
think
is
I don't think I actually touched the stone. I think I was just near it and kind of thought about it.
our wagon. Have you seen our wagon? We had a wagon with us.
Or was it?
It was right behind us. Near where we stand now. We woke up and the wagon was gone.
Yeah, I didn't see a wagon recently.
We literally just entered this cavern.
Well,
But you said you came back here.
there were some caves very similar to these I was in a few weeks back, and there was a wagon there.
Yes, where is our wagon? Where was this?
It was broken down the last time I saw it.
Impossible, it's a brand new wagon.
Well, you lost it, so anything could have happened.
But we fell asleep and it was right by us. No, surely no one could move a wagon while we slept. The things are heavy and loud. and loaded with treasure.
Maybe you did travel through time, and your wagon didn't. Or maybe your wagon traveled time, and you didn't.
This is not good. There were things on there from our homeland, far to the north. We must
I
find
will
our...
turn to
Go ahead.
I'll turn to Talus and say, perhaps they slept like the girl that we were helping. She did say that she had slept for a while.
That could be. Perhaps you were under a magical sleep, and while you were under this sleep, someone came and took your wagon.
But did you not say you were here before?
To be honest, I'm not 100% sure this is the same place. I was in a cave system in this region a few weeks ago, and some things look familiar to me and some things do not.
Why don't
So
you
I'm
take
not
a look
sure.
around? I need you to be certain. We must figure this out. Please, look around.
Talus ever walk around the cave? Does it appear?
No.
Does it appear to be the same one where they fought vampires? Triton was there, wasn't he?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, Turk wasn't either, but Turk will walk around.
Yeah, I knew Turk wasn't. Yeah, Talus will walk around and see if it seems to have the same general shape. And
Are these mushrooms edible?
if they're similar to the ones I have some in my pack. If they're similar, they are edible. But it sounds like they're...
Oh, I was asking the people, seeing as how they know.
okay.
Some of them are edible, yes, but not all of them.
Are there any dangerous effects like the rage mushrooms?
Again, some of them are edible and have good effects, others are edible and have bad effects. I should have said they are all indeed edible. The effects vary, however, and I am not aware of what all of them are. I can tell you, green is generally good.
Are you saying blue is bad?
Blue is dangerous, not necessarily bad.
I am dangerous.
You are
Alright, I'm
also quite strange, friend.
Yeah, he doesn't have the battle axe out, unfortunately, but he is kind of blue tinged.
Does this seem to be the same cave system?
It's the right measurements, it's got the right description. The only difference is there's a door in the backside that wasn't there, but the path off to the right is still there.
Yeah, I'll go back to the people and say, I don't remember a door, but I do seem to remember this path off to the right. And it's the same general shape. I'm thinking I'm in the same cave I was. Yeah.
A while
Someone
ago.
has done some time traveling. A few weeks ago, I was in this cave. I believe I was in this cave in my own time 3,000 years from now. Approximately.
That is amazing. But if we have traveled through time, you could certainly prove it. You said that there is a kingdom to the south, yes?
Well, there was a village to the south, within walking distance. Could always go to the front of the tunnel and look outside and see if there's snow or if your animals are there.
You would not miss the number of animals we had, friend. We had thousands.
Well, I believe when we were outside, I'm not for sure about this, but I believe when we were outside, we were in our time, but that when we entered the caves, we traveled back to your time, I think.
So if we go outside, we may go to your time.
Yes.
Possibly. You can even all go look together and look out the cave entrance and see what's there, if you want to.
All right. So you guys want to do that?
Sure.
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 So you guys walk back to the cave entrance, and when you come back to the room, the druid is standing by the campfire.
Are the villagers still, or these people still with us?
Well, they went with you guys, and we're just going to skip that scene, you know?
Yeah, but did they come back with us, I guess?
Oh, yeah, they walked back with you.
Okay, I didn't know if they stayed out or whatever. That's all I was asking.
Yep.
Well, what did we see outside?
They said that this is not their time.
So there's snow there.
Way too much snow for it to have been yesterday. It seems that we are the ones who traveled through time, friend, not you. What is
Not necessarily.
What is the year?
It's 3,700 approximately.
We have lost much time.
Not necessarily.
What
Maybe in here it's still your time.
But you were here before, and it was frozen, you said, yes?
Yes, but things may have changed. Perhaps in here, there weren't lights and doors and things like that. There sure weren't people around a campfire when I was last here. So perhaps inside the cave here, it's still your time, and outside it's our time. I don't know. It's all really work, to be honest.
When you were last here, tell me, were we alive by the frozen wagon broken down?
There was no one alive over by the broken down wagon.
How many bodies were at the wagon?
I don't remember exactly, probably 4 or 5 at least. It was dark. I couldn't see well.
There were 5.
And at least a couple of them got up.
What do you mean got up?
Well, it appeared that they were some kind of undead and they attacked my companions and I.
So if we go through the cave mouth and it is your time, and in your time when you were here, we were dead, will we die if we leave this cave?
Talking to the wrong person. Better off asking your druid.
What does Benengrin say to that?
He's just kind of staring at the fire and only catching the tail end of this conversation. He's trying to work out all the minutia in his head and is just kind of staring into the fire. And he's kind of squatted down with his elbows on his knees. And he says, "It seems we have ourselves a predicament."
Yes, apparently we do, Benengrin. We have known each other for a long time, old friend. You have powers that none of us possess. You must leave and find out if we will live should we also leave the cave. If our animals are gone, as it appears they are, then we will need food, and most of the things
He stops really quick as soon as you mention the animals, and he says, "The animals are gone?"
Yes, you should go to the entrance of the cave, but do not step across the threshold. You could die.
As soon as you say yes, he just falls to the ground and starts to eat.
They're not necessarily dead. There's a fluctuation in time involved. The animals are probably still alive wherever they are or were. They just don't exist outside because the outside seems to be the future.
He stands back up and he has a resolute look on his face and he says, "Then we must find them."
I'm not sure they can be found. I don't
Could
think
you
it's
not
as simple
simply-
as just walking out.
Could you not simply go back to the future?
Well, possibly if we walked outside, we might be back in the future. That would not find your cows
How would
or
we
animals.
go again to the past?
We don't know.
We don't know. I mean, perhaps our leaving would bring the past back to your outside. Perhaps it's just us being here, or perhaps there's something else going on.
Ben and Gren, you must go with them and find our animals. We will remain here and eat the rest of the spiders if we need to.
Quick question: was Ben and Gren part of the? You said you had some connection to the temple. Was Ben and Gren with them at that point, or did they discover him in the cave?
He's been in the cave with these people.
So he was never affiliated with the temple.
Maybe a long time ago, but yeah, not recently.
Okay. Okay, then he nods his head and agrees to go find the animals.
Good luck, Ben and Gren, and you too, our new friends.
Well, I'm not sure going outside is going to find the animals.
There are animals outside.
They think they are anyway.
Then Vanagon just starts to walk towards the door and head outside.
They are cold animals. Bears and wolves. You know the like?
They're expecting there to be like farm animals. I don't know exactly what kind, like sheep or cattle or something like that, probably.
Yeah, and Turk's trying to get across the fact that there are animals, but not necessarily
Yeah,
what.
there's not those kind of herd animals. Talus will follow
They have
Ben and Gren.
horns.
He just keeps walking. He's
Okay.
resolute on getting to the front door and seeing if he can find his.
So we'll
His
let
animal.
you take your journey to the front door. When you get there, you realize that there are no animals outside. Short of the howling of wolves in the distance.
Then he kind of slowly comes back into the room. You can tell he's been crying, and he's just saying, "We have to find him. We have to find him."
Who must we find?
My pet.
What kind of animal was he? Or she?
My pet. He was a snake. And he was my dearest friend. I must find him.
I mean, Talus knows a little about religion, or actually, Talon has pretty good religion. A little arcana. So he'll ask the druid, it's like, well, can you call your companion to you?
I have tried. To no avail.
Well, I don't think going outside is going to bring you and your companion back together again. I think you would just find yourself in our time.
He takes a minute to let it set in, and putting all the pieces to the puzzle together, he kind of realizes that finding his pet snake might be hopeless, and just kind of agrees to let it rest in his soul that he lost his best friend, but it definitely is going to take him some time to kind of recover from that emotional loss.
Okay. Well, Talus is not going to touch him, but he will come close to the druid. Talus has around him a calming aura, which works as a common emotion spell. So that should help some with the emotions. But Talus will also say, look, there's no reason to believe anything bad has happened to your companion or to any of the other animals. You're just in a different time. at the moment. So what we need to do is to find some way to get you back to your time, or to bring your companion to this time. Basically just to get you two back together again. I don't think going back outside is necessarily going to do that. Unless we went to the temple, maybe. I'm not sure good things are going to happen there.
I'll turn to Talus and ask him, do you think it's the blood-sucking snake from the temple?
I think it's the what?
The blood-sucking snake from the temple.
Oh gosh, I hope not. I don't know what that thing was exactly, but it doesn't seem to me like that would be a druid's companion. I wouldn't think. But what's beyond this door? The last time I was in this cave, there wasn't a door here.
Does the druid know what's beyond the door?
I'm just asking anyone in general.
Absolutely, he does. He's been beyond the door.
Okay, so I tell them what's beyond the door. Which is...
Go and see.
Talus will walk over there and try to open the door.
An infinite abyss of nothingness.
Talus will jump in.
It'd be another map to load up if we're going to go forward.
You can either do that or you can go off to the right, correct?
Yep. Did the lady say anything else as far as where she left whatever it was that she left behind?
No, and it's weird. You actually haven't seen her since you got here.
I guess I would say to Benengren, are there any items of power in the tunnels?
To which I would respond, looking for some help here, Brennan, because I don't
that's okay.
know what my druid knows about
Yeah.
the caves.
Yeah, you would just say that power is different to all who behold it. There is much power in this place.
So copy paste what he said. Wink.
Then perhaps we should search the rest of the tunnel before entering this door.
Well, to be a little more specific, are there any 8-foot tall stones, obelisks with carvings in them? Maybe it glows, maybe it doesn't.
Who are you people?
Hey, Meningren turns around, sees this guy, and says, "Who are you?"
Who am I? How do you not know who I am? I am the protector of this entire realm.
Does he look familiar?
Not to any of you guys. Benengrin, you've heard stories of a guy dressed kind of like this, but from the stories, he wouldn't be this old.
Turk would say, I feel that the realm is in need of protection. We are here to help.
Yes, well, it is all well that I have found you. Some of you have used a memory stone, it appears. Is this accurate?
Yes, it is accurate.
Who among you has used the stone?
I pointed at him.
Talus points at himself.
Do you know what you have done?
No, and it wasn't anything I set out to do. I just happened to be standing near the stone. I didn't do anything to it.
Turk takes one step away from Talus.
You have committed the crime most foul. You have freed those we have imprisoned for thousands of years. What would possess you to do such a thing?
Well, because your lock needs to be better than just to have someone stand near it for it to open up.
That was not all you would have had to do. You would have had to defeat the guardians at the temple. You would have...
The undead things?
They were not undead. They had sustenance with them. They had food to grant them immortality, fed to them by a most prize-winning chef.
Yeah, they were just bones when we encountered them.
There were undead, nothing but undead when we were there.
Why do you speak such lies? You must agree to help me. I cannot do this alone. There were 5 of us the last time. I fear that I am no longer strong enough to do it on my own. Have you seen her? And him, her father, have you seen them? Where are they?
The last time we saw them, they were outside of this cave system, but they are no longer there now.
Damn it! I do not sense them here. They were here, though. I got here as quickly as I could.
And where were you?
Not where. When was I? I am always here, wherever I need to be. I am here now, in this time, because everything is unraveling. All of our work, damn it.
Well, you're here in this time, but that's the problem. We're not really sure what time it is. In here, it seems to be about 3,000 years ago. Outside, it seems to be about 3,000 years in the future.
There is no such paradox, you fool. This is what's going on. Outside, it is indeed 3700, the year 3700. In here, it is also the year 3700. The events you have done, the things you have done have changed situations. These people in this cave were dead, and you would bring them back into the fabric. You don't know what you meddle with, son.
Hold on a second here, Mr. Protector. I and no one else intentionally set out to do anything.
I understand that, but you will help repair it, will you not?
Yes. Yes, tell me what to do.
You must listen. We must find her and her father, and there should be 2 others. There must be 5 of us to perform the ritual needed to seal them off again. Does the chef still live?
Now, huh?
Does the chef still live? Please tell me.
No, the chef is dead.
What ailment befell him? How did he die? Please tell me.
I'm not sure. He was dead when we found him.
One of our companions blew off his undead head.
Well, I mean, he was dead before that, but yes. He rose an undead and attacked.
I understand how the undead can be frightful. Who was the fool? Is he in the party now that destroyed the chef?
That was also me. No, that was also me. I'm the one who took his head and put it into the fire, remember?
You also threw the chef's head into the fire.
Yes.
You fool. That is unfortunate. He could have helped us in this. Did you at least find the spoon?
Yes, I have it.
Who said that?
I did.
You there. Come closer. This spoon is but a decoy. This item holds immense power. It drives those who possess it mad. You must keep it. I am unable to wield the spoon. We will not call it by its true name, or I will not tell you what it is, so do not ask. Just know this. You must protect that at all costs. In all things you do. I must go and look for the
power
other.
was drained from it.
I am sorry?
The power was drained from it.
Please say that is not true. How did this happen?
As soon as we picked it up, one of my companions was able to sense that the power was draining. And that was when we rushed to the altar and opened the door to the memory stone.
Then I do not know if it can be done. Maybe in the ancient homeland you will find what you seek. Even I dare not
Who are these people you're
go
wanting
there.
to send back? Who are these
What?
people you're wanting to send back?
Those men who are in the temple. I can feel them. They are not to be there. This is not where they belong. I do not know where they come from, or how they became to be there.
They followed me back, I believe, through the memory stone.
They are here then.
Yes.
Yes.
Then we may have a chance. Do you know? Did their leader come with them? He would be probably a large, bald man, if my memory serves.
Robes and a staff?
At times, yes, although his physical stature is equally formidable to his magical prowess.
To be honest, I saw him in the past. I do not remember if he came forward into this time. I was busy with other things at the time.
It is a chance I must take. They may still be alive in that time. I wish you well, wanderers. You must find the girl and her father. You must keep them safe. They are the key in this time. They will help you, and I will be back as soon as I can.
What do we do once we find them?
She should know. If she has forgotten, just head north. You are looking for our ancient homeland. It will not be hard to find. Even now, there should be parts of it still visible, even with the great depths of snow.
What was its name?
Our homeland?
Yes.
I cannot remember. For some reason, the name has been blocked from my memory. What trickery is this?
Can Beningrin kind of look back at the village, at those people over there, and see what they're doing? Are they still there?
They're all kind of wandering into the front, hoping to snack on the dead spiders that you guys killed.
Okay, so they're not. Okay.
They're in the next room, but they're not where they were.
Okay.
I would look at Benegrin and say,
Bad message.
Do you know of any ancient lands or ancient names to the north? Any stories you have heard?
There are places that come to mind, but I cannot recall any of the names myself either.
Perhaps on our journey, something will, how you say, jog your memory.
Can I make any kind of intelligence or wisdom check to see if I know the name, if I can remember the names?
You've been asleep for a very long time, but yes, I mean, you can certainly make a check. It'll just be difficult. Yeah, no, you don't remember anything.
No, I do not remember.
You do know of a couple of glades nearby.
I know, however, of some glades that might lead us some clues.
Glades in the snow.
It wasn't
Yes.
snowing when he left.
I will be able to take you there, even if it is filled with snow. I know where
Okay.
they are.
Okay.
Is the traveler still here, right?
Yes, he's waiting because he has some other things to tell you, but it seems you're talking amongst yourselves. And he is a patient
I will,
man.
I will ask, are the people within this cave evil?
No. They are the rightful people of this land. That much I can tell you. They were hard workers. Each and every one of them. It is a shame what the men at the temple did. Removing them from their homelands and forcing them to dwell in these caves like animals.
And Bennington's gonna ask him, these temples that you speak of, what religion do they worship? What god?
They worship a being most foul, one known simply as the Void.
Are they the ones that restrict your memory?
I do not believe so. I believe it's some kind of curse bestowed upon me. I believe I am passing on, as it were. Even we are not eternal anymore. All things come to an end. There is one, but he is imperiled at this time. An arch-enemy of his was recently awoken and seeks to destroy him. His name was Garrix. He was a good man. One of my students. He does have a mentor of lesser abilities, however. A man named Segkalad.
Where can we find him?
Segkalad, unfortunately, was part of the descent, and he may be defeated by the evils of the Abyss and the Nine Hells. There
So
is
you
rumor.
suggest we find this girl. What does she have anything to do with these?
Her and her father are part of our circle. We protect all of the plains. Phalor is but one of many places we have been to. It is our job to broker peace and make sure that the weave stays intact. The threads of fate stay bound. Even the brothers have been released. The sisters were defeated, and now they are being reborn. The fabrics are in a fragile state. It takes but simple mistakes, even just misjudgments, and even happenstance. These things cannot be trusted anymore. What once was an innocent act could truly be the seeds of the void, attempting to undo everything. Do not concern yourself with other places, however. Your job is here. There are some of us left. I fear that our time is short, however. I must leave you now. And he gives you one moment to ask any other questions.
You speak of 5, but other than yourself and the other 2, we don't know who the other 2 are.
I don't even know that they live. I am going back to the time where you said you were at, Talus. And I hope that they live there, and I can only pray that the leader did come through with you. Because if he did not, I may find my end there. After all these years of fighting, of trying so hard to hold back.
Well, shouldn't you take us with you?
Oh, goodness, no. You stand no chance against that man. I'm very certain I even have a slim one myself. It would be much better for you to stay here and offer aid to her while she recovers. The slumber can be unkind to us. In times of great peace we are unneeded, but when we are awoken, we need to move quickly. Her memory will return to her in time. Until then, please protect her. And her father, he is not much younger than I. He is a very powerful man, and may aid you, if he so chooses and deems you worthy of such, or in desperation. Goodbye, my friends. Benengren, Talus, Stryden, Turk, you and the others you interact with. You will shape this world. Your actions here, far away from the wars of the other more prominent lands, will have rippling effects throughout all of Phalor. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. With that, you hear screams coming from the room or from the area to the right.
I will charge that way.
Through the door, you mean?
Oh, Stryden, you got pretty far.
Yeah, the path.
It's because he has a long stride.
Yeah, Talus will run off in that direction.
Turk, of course, will follow.
Oh.
Barely touching the ground.
Yeah, as we're moving through, I'm making sure I leave no tracks, and since this is kind of my home turf, feeling pretty confident that my whatever that skill is called. Trackless step.
It appears you have come to a dead end.
No, that just leads to another portion of the cave if you want to go there.
Oh, we're gonna have to now.
Let's load it up.
The one that I showed you earlier.
If that's the right path, yes.
Yes.
I'm not on the Twitch page. I'm no longer seeing the live flash. Oh, there it goes.
Does Beningren know why there might be screaming and what it could be?
As far as you know, this area was empty.
Am I aware of any traps or anything like that?
You actually haven't been able to explore this area because of dangers.
Oh, okay. So I say to everybody, let us be careful before we go too far too quick. This place is dangerous.
Everybody in this one should set their strategy view to 15. And not advance unless you say what you're doing.
Vision light?
If we have torches.
I
I
brought
does.
torches. I also have a lantern. However, I will just stick to the close to Stridon so that his torch, so I don't have to drop my quarterstaff or anything.
Talus, do you have a torch on?
No, I don't have any torches.
I will bring out a torch then.
Do you need me to carry the torch?
I would not mind having the open hand. My sword comes to me when I need it, and my shield is very useful.
Well, give me the torch then. I can always fight with just one hand and my feet if I need to.
Although you broke the laws of this land, they were ancient laws, and you are unaware of them. Therefore, I will trust you for now.
I say, all shall return to balance.
Do we still hear screaming?
Yeah, it's coming from deeper inside.
Wow, Talus has gotten really ugly.
Taking Ben and Grin's advice, I'll cautiously move forward.
Can I search
Alright,
at all for any of the any traps?
Roll me a move silently check.
For Stridon, right?
Yeah.
I said cautiously, not silently.
Yeah, there isn't the move cautiously though.
Oh no!
I apologize, Stridon. You set off this trap that you see off to your left here.
Shing.
And I'm going to go ahead and roll for the damages for it. This huge cylinder pops up out of the floor with swinging blades and begins rotating furiously across your body.
Yeah.
13 points of damage.
All right.
And actually, because you rolled a 1, I'm going to roll one extra one. Hold on.
It didn't
So-
just get you; it got you.
An additional 6.
All right.
Perhaps we should be quieter.
I rush over to him and I ask, "Are you okay? Are you okay?"
I'm fine, and I'll eat one of my red mushrooms.
You be careful with those mushrooms. Do not eat too many.
You know all about the red mushrooms, Benengrin, as well as many other colors. All right, who moves forward? Stridon, are you taking the lead still?
Yeah, I'm going.
And I'm sticking right with him because
Yeah,
I'm
Talus will.
concerned about his wounds from the trap.
Can anyone check for more traps?
After the first trap that goes off, feeling like it's a hostile environment, Turk will actually meld his soul meld, and a long sword will appear in his right hand.
Talus can look for traps. He's not particularly good at it.
I have no knowledge of this traps you speak of.
Kind of like the thing that just almost sliced me.
All right, Talus, so you're now kind of in the lead with Stridon, right behind you.
Right. Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll me a, I guess we'll do spot check maybe.
I got a 13.
Okay. As you're stepping, you notice this really thin wire laying across the ground. You manage to spot it before you trip on it.
I'll kind of put my arms up the group to halt, and then I'll point down to the wire and kind of hold the torch down, not real close to it, but so that they can see the wire at least. And he will try to look around to see if he can tell from what type of trap it is, what kind of damage it would do or anything like that.
Roll me another spot check.
I got a 10.
Oh, just missed it.
Since he's pointing around and doing that, I would also like to look around and see what I can see.
Sure, roll me a spot check.
I don't know if I get plus or minus to anything. I don't know where to find that.
It just be spot is based off of let me check here. I forget what
Skill.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. There you go.
Oh, well, if it's based off my wisdom, I've got 18 wisdom, so I should get plus 4. So I rolled a 11.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're looking around and you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary. I mean, as far as you know, caves have cracks in the wall all the time, especially perfectly vertical ones. I'm just kidding. You notice a perfectly vertical crack with no curvation at all.
I'm gonna say stand back.
Well, no, Benengren's the one that noticed that, right?
Yeah, but
Oh,
doesn't mean I
okay,
can't
yeah,
cut
so-
the wire.
I'm going to say,
Oh,
look,
you're saying stand back to cut the wire? And Benengren, what are you
Yeah.
saying?
I say, look, there is crack in wall.
A kraken! Everybody
No.
run!
No, crack in wall.
Crack in wall. Okay.
Do you cut
And I
the
show
wire,
them
Stridon?
the.
Well, after hearing that, if everybody moved out of the way enough that I can, reach the wire with the tip of my sword and cut through it, then yeah.
Talus, do you move?
Hold on before you do that. Talus is going to move out of the way, but in the other direction. He's going to step over the line and maybe go 5 feet in the other way. Just in case, like a door or something comes down, we'll have people on both sides at least.
Okay, sure.
All right, then yeah. After Talos moves, I'll cut the wire.
Make your attack.
It's way over 20.
Cool. You manage to hit it, and the strand breaks, and out of the wall you hear as a giant axe on a pendulum swings past you. And Talus, you feel it as well. Very heavy swipe. Likely would have killed one of you on impact.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna wait till it slows down till it stops, basically.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Seems very dangerous.
Is there anything we notice about the trap? Like, is it constructed in a way that might give us a clue as to who put it there?
Do you have
Roll a check.
Do you have knowledge, dungeon architecture, and dungeoneering? Any of those two?
Negative. I only have knowledge. I don't even remember, like nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, knowledge, nature. That's all I've got.
You know that it's not natural.
Is it a religious figure?
You know that it's not natural. It wasn't here on its own.
I like everybody to say that ain't natural.
Since he says it's not natural, Rick will actually go over there and inspect it using knowledge arcana and spellcraft to see if it was something that was magical.
Okay, so once
I
it
rolled a
slows down,
17.
it's just hanging in the middle of the room. And yeah, it's definitely not magical.
It's good to know what it isn't.
So after it's done, I'll join Talos on this side. And then I'll ask, do you think we've made it past all the traps yet?
It is
Of
best to
course
be
not.
cautious.
And I guess we'll keep looking at the floor, all around.
I do not understand why somebody would trap a hallway. Power and the strength of the body is the best way to defend oneself.
Well, look, I'm the fastest one here, I'm be sure. What if I just take off at full speed barrel the rest of the way down this hallway? I'm moving so fast the traps will all go off behind me.
An epic bloody death scene.
You can try for it.
Nice of knowing you.
The DM says go.
I say
for it.
no.
Go, Talos, go.
Were you asking that to the group? Tell us.
Yes.
I say no.
Yes.
We proceed cautiously.
If you feel that you are ready enough to do that, I back you.
I said, don't leave me. You make me feel good.
You want to get the room, huh?
It's not so much that I'm in a hurry, it's just I feel responsible. Apparently, I'm at fault for all this. And the other person who's with me is dead. They can't be at fault for it.
All things will come together.
Okay, we will go to their forward cautiously.
All right. So, Brendan, I don't know the rate at which we can move and check every 10-foot square radius for traps, but
You can fairly continuously do it, but I'm only going to allow one or two people to do it.
So we'll let Talos go again, because he's rocking the rules.
Yeah, rocking the spot check.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, mine are terrible, so.
I only have like a +2 to spot.
It's better than a plus nothing.
I have
Okay.
+1, that's it.
Well, I don't know. What does spot rely on?
Wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom.
Oh, then I've got a +4.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Brennan can do it.
All right.
Well, he said 2 people, so both of us can.
Okay, so I'll take a look around.
Yay, I got a 10.
I have 22.
Talus, you think the way is clear. Benengren grabs you by the shoulder and he's like, "Stop, friend," or something like that. What do you say, Benengren?
You stop. You see this? And I show him whatever it is I see that is the trap.
Okay. You notice a hole in the wall. It actually looks somewhat natural in this case. But when you look into the hole, you can see like a flat wooden surface where you would expect there to be stone, like the rest of the cave.
And I say, that ain't natural.
Huh. Okay.
So
Can I see?
do you like try to step over that area, or what are you doing?
Are there any strings, or did I see anything that will trigger off whatever's inside that hole?
Nothing at all.
Okay. Hold on. I see it now that he's pointed it out to me. Okay, everyone kind of stand back, see if this works. And basically, Talus is going to kind of do an Indiana Jones and tumble forward. Hoping to do so fast that it'll set the trap off behind him and he'll miss it.
In
Okay.
watching you prepare to do this, I'm going to use one of my Horizons, the cure. Where'd it go? Cure minor wounds for just heal you up for 1 hit point. Who knows? Maybe it'll be the difference.
Okay, thank you. It might. And tumble check.
Yep.
23.
All right, you roll on through and nothing happens.
Okay.
Can I do another check to see if I see anything else?
Nope.
Or is that all I saw? Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to follow right behind him then. And I thought I grabbed the acrobat feat.
Hold on a
No.
second. There's that little hole in the wall. Does anyone have a baton or anything, or rock or anything we can just kind of shove in the hole, maybe?
I've got a crowbar.
Depends on the hole.
I have a disc. I remove a 10-foot pole from my backpack.
Where did you pull that from? Holy shit.
You don't want to know.
I'm curious.
I have many talents. I'll give. Well, I don't know how you want to do this, Talus, but I do have a 10-foot pole.
Well, before you do anything, maybe wave the pole through the air that I just...
Like I just don't care.
Exactly.
All right, I assemble the pole, and in the space where he tumbled through, I'll just kind of, like, I know if Talus, you want to take one end of it, and I'll take the other end of it, just kind of move it up and down,
Sure.
and like walk up and down the hall with like the open corridor. Just gonna go back and forth with it.
Yeah, side to side, however. Yeah.
Okay, so like you guys go to the left and to the right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing.
Up and down, stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight.
Yeah, nothing at all.
Try tapping the ground.
Okay, so I stand back feet and I tap the ground.
No reaction.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk over to where I see the hole in the wall. Is it right over here?
Yep.
And I'm going to shove my crowbar in there, not the curved end, but I'm gonna take the long end and shove it in there and try to jam it in there. Hopefully prevent, just to jam whatever's in there and put in there.
Do you
And-
need something longer?
So
I don't know how deep is the hole.
The hole is about a foot in diameter. Across the surface of the hole, and then as far as the depth of the hole, you have really no good way of telling that.
Okay, I'm not gonna. If I look in there and I can't see how deep it is, then I'm not gonna shove my hand in there. Screw it. I'm just gonna walk over to the other side.
Okay. All good. Nothing happens.
Say, come.
Maybe it's not a trap. Maybe it's something else, like alarm to let someone know we're coming.
All I know is that ain't natural.
I'll disassemble the pole and put it back in the backpack, and I'll follow in the exact. I didn't see exactly where he went, but I'll follow in the exact footsteps that Berrigan went.
And I will do the same.
And then, oh, Stridon, you're dead. Just kidding.
Okay.
So did we all make it?
I gotta think here how this would actually work. Just a second. All right, so Turk.
Yeah.
I need you to roll a move silently check.
Is that Dex?
Yeah.
Because I don't have any ranks in it, so I'll just do Dex. I rolled a 10.
Okay. And Stridon, how soon after Turk were you coming across?
I would make sure that Turk actually got across first,
Of course you would. Of course you would. All right.
I would have. I mean,
No,
I was waiting
it's
for you
fine.
to say something.
It's fine. All right. So Turk, I'm gonna give you a reflex save.
Okay. Same thing. Wait, actually. Well, I rolled a 20.
Yep. So you
Like a nat 20 plus
you
3,
go
so.
across just fine. Stridon, I need you to roll me a move silently check.
Sorry.
Well,
I'm gonna give you a reflex save.
$21.
Okay. Yours was a 19 though. One moment. A large log rams out from the wall with spinning blades on it and smashes into the wall across the hall from it. And there's a loud rumbling sound. If people didn't know you were here, if there's anyone beyond, they do now. In the process, Stridon, you take 25 points of damage.
And I'm going to eat another red mushroom.
However, you did reflex save for half.
And I'm going to eat another red mushroom.
Okay. So you just stay at full health, in other words?
Obviously there's a loud, not explosion, but a loud boom and blades and blood, and Turk spins around looking at Stridon and says, "He is hurt. Can anyone help him? I have no the healing powers of healing."
Yeah.
Stridon, where did you go?
Apparently the entire game just closed out on me.
Yeah, I think I've tried different computers, and I think our is frozen also because it's not changed in a long while.
So other than Dan's character sheet, he used 2 mushrooms total. I think if we tried to hop back in the lobby and then load the map back up and kind of fast forward right back to here. See if we can grab Ty on the way.
Sounds good to me. I'm
All
going
right.
to close out of the game
Okay.
to do that.
Yep, I'm going to save my character sheet quick, and then I'm going to do that too.
All right, so
Because-
we are reloading.
Yep, give me a second. I did remove a couple things, my torch and stuff, so. Okay, closing out.
Ty, was anyone on Twitch with you?
I did not see anyone
Okay.
else.
Game's up. Why did your name switch from one to the other, Nate?
Because most of the time I try to log back in under the name that I just quit, and I would have had to have waited for 2 minutes before I could log back in again. So I just switched the names.
Gotcha. Cool.
And yeah, I'm going to go heat up my tea really quick, and I'll be right back.
That sounds like a good idea. Actually, I think I'm going to go warm my coffee up and I'll get some coffee.
Ugh, the two things I don't like, coffee and tea.
I'm drinking a Coke.
I
had
think
some
I
of
shall
that
grab
here.
myself my Long Island iced tea.
I bought some of that Arizona juice stuff that we got at work. I had the mango fruit punch or whatever. It was okay.
And you're making apple teenies.
No apple teenies. Sorry, Marvin. No apple teenies.
I'm going to roll a hit check real quick.
You gotta admit, it did play out pretty perfectly though.
It was awesome. Well, since everybody's in here, you can probably start it and we can just wait for them to come back.
Yeah. I was gonna wait to make sure Ty stuff came up, but I don't know.
We'll find out.
Well, I see Ty.
Everybody's here.
Well, I'm gonna
Oh,
load a
never
map.
mind, they went tie.
Boo. Strategy mode or strategy level 15. I do actually like this dungeon. This one was fun. We just need to get animated traps.
Okay, I'm back. Did everybody make it in?
Oh, Ty's still
Ty
not
was
here.
in for like 2 seconds and then it crashed.
Has he tried reducing his res?
Yeah, I think he's on fastest already.
I mean, even reducing
He
his
makes
resolution.
maps and stuff, so
Yeah.
the settings work. I think it might. I don't know. Might have something to do with the number of players. I'd be interested to see him try to load into the map with one of us out, and see if it worked for him.
Yeah, we could also try a resolution to try to drop the resolution, not just the graphics quality.
Oh, also, he designs maps. He's not actually adding characters in, so it's not requiring him, all that information to bounce back and forth between everybody.
Yeah, if it's a RAM issue, it could be just the fact that there's too many people feeding information back and forth.
Yeah, well, then that would just be a. See, that doesn't really make much sense because then it would just be a network thing. As he's in TeamSpeak.
Yeah, but he was getting coffee or making coffee. Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, my Revolution stopped working.
Are we
Yeah.
live on Twitch again?
We saw you crash out of the game essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched you disappear.
Great.
I know.
You disappeared into the time-space continuum that is Phalor,
Are
apparently.
we on Twitch again, Ty?
I'm waiting for it to. It's saying loading video
Oh yeah, I was over here.
or loading channel, I should say.
And I was freaking out looking at Stridon.
And now I'm double red.
Yeah. There's an image there.
All right, cool. Let's move on.
Were we able to heal Stridon? I didn't catch if somebody actually
I
healed
was
him.
fully healed.
Let me
Okay.
know if we drop
Yeah,
out
another
of
mushroom.
Twitch, Ty, okay? As soon as we do, if we do.
Okay. I'll try to. It's kind of hard to tell, though, because sometimes there's not a lot of movement. But, okay.
If we describe that we're
Or you-
moving, you
you
don't
see-
see it after a few seconds, just let us know.
Okay.
Do you see us moving right now there, Ty?
No.
There is a bit of a delay, though. Let's see.
I'm going to move up to the pillars and just kind of look at them.
There's no movement, and the life thing comes on every now and then for like a second. Now there's movement.
Let me know if we lose it again. All right, so you guys
Okay.
proceed up to these columns here, right?
Yep. And since we're moving cautiously, I'm still going to continue to try to look around, and since we know that there's traps around, I'm going to be looking at I'm going to be paranoid, looking at everything, wondering how my caves got turned into this.
Talus will get a little excited and go over to the druid and point ahead through the columns and say, "Hey, that kind of looks like the memory stone or whatever it was that started all this mess."
Does Beningren know anything about that particular blue stone that's there?
You guys refer to them as circle stones, but they're very old.
This is a circle stone. It is very old. A 20 for my check. A 16 with my 4 wisdom.
Oh, yeah. Talus will do a spot check also and got a 14.
Everything looks normal so far.
Okay.
And you said for your wisdom check, like about the stones, is that what you were doing? Or
Oh,
no,
no,
you
I
were
said
doing
a
it for
spot
spot.
check.
Yeah, okay. What
For traps.
was your total?
20.
Okay. There appears to be a crack in the ground. It's barely noticeable, but you happen to glance at it just as you guys are about to step over it.
And Brennan, we're locked on. I can tell we're locked on Twitch. because the floating eyeballs have like sort of lights behind them and they're not moving.
Well, yeah, the little black particle effect.
Yeah, that, and it's not moving.
Okay, well, before anybody takes a step any further, I'm going to hold my arm out like to Talus as if to stop, and I'm going to point and say, look, we must be careful.
I have a 10-foot pole. Would you like to borrow it?
Sure.
I'll whip out my 10-foot pole and assemble it again.
Can I hold your 10-foot pole?
You said you want to borrow, so I assume you hold.
Yes.
What else would you do with the 10-foot pole?
Throw it, I guess. Talus will take the pole and kind of run it along the crack. While standing as far back as you can. He'll extend the pole forward.
All right. So in doing so, you notice nothing, no change.
He'll tap the ground a little bit.
Beyond the sound that the tapping makes, no change.
He will hand the pole back to Turk.
Before you do that, hang on one second. I'm going to make an intelligence check. I just guess what my modifier is. Oh, it's only a 1.
Well, I have a signal whistle I grabbed when I was making my character, so like I could use it to like signal my hawk or eagle or whatever animal I chose I might wind up with. I'm gonna take my signal whistle out, and since we've already like let everybody know that we're here, I'm just gonna take it out and I'm gonna blow it and see if anything reacts to the sound that it makes.
That's actually what my intelligence check was going to do. See if I was smart enough to do the audio thing.
Oh, should I see if my character... I mean, I assume that I saw how, like, the clamoring over the other trap set it off. Since we tried everything else, it was the sound. Should I make a check to actually deduce that?
Well, also, your character is a lot more observant than mine is. I don't have a lot for that type of skill, so...
More or less asking Brendan if that's what he wants me to do before I blow my whistle.
You're fine. You blew the whistle. It doesn't take any real skill to do that. There doesn't appear to be any reaction.
Alice will hand the 10-foot pole back to Turk, and then he will walk up to the crack and crouch down. And then he will bring up, jumping, not trying to go high, but trying to go forward as far as he can, at least 5 feet over the crack.
So you crouch at the edge of the crack, and then you stand up, and you kind of just try to walk 5 feet over the crack?
No, I'm jumping.
Okay, so jumping 5 feet across.
At least 5 feet, yeah. At least 5 feet.
Okay, all that really is a small, dexterity check for you. So go ahead and roll that.
Well, with my jump skill, I got a 29.
Perfect. So you successfully jump across.
And when I land, I mean, it probably wasn't extremely loud, but it would have made some noise. Nothing seems to happen.
Nothing at all.
Okay, I'm going to try to mimic what he just did the best that I can. I've got tumble 6, so I do roll a d20
plus 6, yep.
With a 6 mod. Okay. 17. So I try my best to mimic what he did.
Sure. You seem to get through just fine.
And I yell back to the other guys, I say, just jump through. We should be okay. Just don't try jumping with a 10
All right,
foot
so
pole.
before you guys go through, I want to know kind of the timing of everything and who's going first and that kind of whatnot.
Well, Talus went, and then I went in right after him, seeing that he successfully landed. And my druid is kind of sticking with him on most of the things that he does because he just likes his aura and he likes kind of what the monk's all about. So, yeah.
Okay.
Now it's up to Stripe and Turk.
I mean, I would assume that we would do it in the same order as last time, I would guess. Where
Works for me.
Turk goes, if everything's safe, then Strident follows after that. Not immediately, but not like 10 minutes later either.
Okay.
Just like, oh, everything's cool, and then go kind of thing.
All right.
At least
one
that's my
moment.
assumption.
All right, Turk, go ahead.
I will attempt to jump across as per said before, but I have no ranks in jump, so I guess is it a dex or strength?
Well,
Dex.
the jump skill is strength.
Yeah, the jump skill is strength, but are you trying to do it like acrobatically or just forcefully?
I'll actually do like the forceful, like push off from this side and just try to like power jump, forward.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
So then strength.
All right.
Wait. What?
Rolled a 6.
Yeah. What kind of sound does he make when he jumps?
Oh yeah.
It's not Yahoo!
No.
It's me, Turk, Azuliano.
It'd be like a big tennis grunt.
All right.
Actually, it's probably more like.
What do you have on you for gear, Turk?
I have a. Hang on, equipment. As far as armor, I have a +2 chain shirt, +1 heavy iron shield, and then I have a backpack that has a whole bunch of stuff in it.
Are they
I
just
have,
generically
like, Silk Road
+2,
Titans.
or do they do stuff?
There's no magic to them, just +2.
Okay. And Talus, you didn't have anything magical, correct?
No.
And
Well, I had some of those mushrooms on me. I don't know if those are magical or not.
no, those are natural.
Okay.
Benengrin, nothing magical.
Was I able to buy them? I rolled my
Not from where
character.
you would have been, not with your story, no. And
Yeah, no,
Dan,
I have everything generic.
or rather Strident.
Mine's just generic +1.
I do have something that you'll have to rule on, Brennan, though. So I did say that I had the longsword formed as a soul meld. It's the Magic Incarnum's longsword, though, so it's not magical, as in, like, magic infused weapon.
Yeah, no,
But-
nothing happens. You guys all make it across good.
Okay. I didn't know if that made a difference or not, because I know it's a little bit different. Okay, then I step forward enough to allow Strident room to jump.
I am going to ask for the 10-foot pole.
I toss it to you. Or, I don't know if Talus has it, but...
No, I handed it back. But
Alright, then I toss it to you.
He's gonna pole vault that shit.
in armor.
Did I catch it, or...
Oh yeah, it's not
Uh,
hard to catch
let's do a
an
check.
item that you're, being tossed perfectly
Money.
at a small distance.
Yeah.
It's just going to be
Okay.
more a matter of using it.
I am going to... what's the pole made out of, Joe?
It's just a wooden... Like, that's not telescopic, but they, like, then screw together or whatever.
This is going to be fun.
It's a family heirloom.
Say goodbye to your pole.
It's been in my family for centuries. Nah, I'm just kidding.
I am going to first attempt to slam the pole down into the crack.
Like
I guess
just,
you want to hit check.
just like holding it in your hand and like sticking it down in the crack.
Well, yeah, but like, bringing it down forcefully instead.
Right, but you're holding onto it. You're not like throwing it in there like a spear.
Yeah, like I said, throwing it down into it as hard as I can.
So you're letting it go completely.
Yes.
Okay. So you throw the 10-foot pole down into the hole, and nothing happens. It just lays on the bottom of the crack. Unfortunately, deeper than you can see.
Cool. Sorry, Turk.
So it's like it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, unless you want to try to fit something down there and try to retrieve it. Your
What
arm
are
is
you
not long
doing?
enough.
This is my family heirloom. It was passed down for generations.
I'm just being extra cautious.
And you lost my 10-foot pole.
Is my sword long enough to reach down with my arm?
You can try it.
I look at Dirk and I say, your possessions are nothing.
The possessions are mine. He should not lose them.
But they have no meaning. Let it go.
I am not the one that let it go. He let it go.
Normally, I would agree with you about possessions. However, that pole could have been handy and possibly saved our lives in these circumstances.
I require payment. I look at Stridon and I say, you owe me.
I will throw my one white gem over to Turk.
I will attempt to catch it.
Now that matters. Dex check.
Yes,
Okay.
I was going to say.
Bam!
Is it
And that 20,
It's a nat
really?
20.
He like catches it, and in
Yep.
the same motion that he catches it, tucks it into his pocket while giving it a kiss.
Actually, it probably shouldn't even touch his hand. He just opens his pocket and blows it a kiss while it goes by and just lands in his pocket.
I actually do both of them at the same time.
Somehow.
sufficient enough?
The debt
Nice.
is paid.
You know what? Screw this. I'm going to try to run across. Like a run towards the crack, and then like a slight leap, and then continue running.
So like
I'd
a
say
zig.
It is just a crack. Nothing has
zig in your
happened. It is
path?
a crack.
Is that right?
Sure.
You're doing a little zig in your path as you're running.
I'm doing like a running and then a small jump, and then trying to continue to run after the jump.
Gotcha. Let's have you roll a dex check.
I think in English we call that a leap. Not sure.
All
I'm so
right.
screwed.
Give me just a
This will
moment
be
here.
good.
One moment.
I'm just gonna stop on the crack right here.
What you don't realize is that as you lost Turk's pole, he actually pissed on the ground there because he was so mad at you, and you slipped and fell in it.
I piece in your general direction.
Can anyone roll right now?
Yeah. You got an 8.
Okay, so whoever can roll, I need you to roll 12d6 for me.
Okay, I'll do it. 12.
41.
Oh, okay.
All right, Stridon, you take 41 damage.
No rest for the righteous.
And I'm assuming I'm out of the way of the trap then.
After you run through it, sure.
No rest for the righteous.
Awesome. And then I'm going to use lay on hands on myself and heal myself for 4.
What is your total hit points out of curiosity?
Before the
No, your total, regardless of before and the end.
43.
Okay, I need you to roll d20. That was 12 d20. Let's have you just do one of those.
Yeah, now that sucked.
Okay. So, unfortunately, you fall unconscious just underneath the trap.
Cool.
How did the trap happen? Like, what physically happened with the trap? Well,
Him
The
running.
fact that I went through it.
Him running.
no, but I mean, how did the trap trigger?
Him
Yeah,
running.
we don't know what kind of trap it is though.
That's what I'm getting at. Like,
Yep. So when he ran, it shook the ground enough, and it was a pressure sensitive trap.
So the 3 people jumping in front of me didn't.
we tumbled.
No, 2
And
people jumped.
Yeah, but we jumped over the spot that was pressure sensitive.
Yeah.
And we all rolled for it, but you fell flat on your face right in the center of the trap.
What type of trap is it? Is it the vertical pillars there? Or do they slam together kind of thing?
That's
Yeah.
I'm
What
getting
happens
at.
is they
What
come
happens?
up out of the pit, and they slice towards each other, and they slam into one another, and then go backwards and back down into the hole.
Gotcha. I would actually be, again, surprised and shocked and say, "He is unconscious. We should save him. Someone should help the poor thief here."
Can I reach forward and grab him?
Thief?
Hey, you're unconscious.
Yeah, you didn't hear that.
Yeah, he's not a thief. He's a paladin.
Can you what, Talus?
Can I grab him and pull him to us?
Strike check.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, I'll try to grab him by the shoulders and pull him towards us.
Sounds good.
Does he succeed?
Yeah.
Okay.
The traps, as soon as they
Oh,
hit
yeah.
him, they kind of receded almost instantly. It's like they didn't
Okay.
continue to slam into each other any further.
We're frozen on Twitch again, by the way.
I think we should be
He's
good.
not. He's
I'm watching the feed. It looks good.
okay. Well, it must just be me then.
It may have-
I had to do every now and
there
again,
it
Ty,
goes.
is
It moved
refresh the browser. If every so often you refresh the browser, it might help. I'm gonna kneel down next to him after he pulls him, and I'm gonna pull out my healer's kit. I've got 3 healer's kits.
He's just unconscious though. He's not below 0, is he?
Oh,
No.
is that what healer's kits are for?
No, I'm just trying
I'm
to
at
figure out
2.
how bad he is.
Oh, okay.
He would technically be at 2, but since he failed his massive damage roll, he was at 0.
Okay. Well, I can hit him with a cure minor wounds that'll give him three hit points. Normally I could do more, but since we haven't really rested since last week, I can't.
All right, so he springs back up to life at a whopping 3 hit points. Stridon,
And
go ahead and
can I-
set your hit points.
Can I do anything with my healer's kit? Can I heal him at all with it?
The healer's kit, you'll have to double check on it, but I'm pretty sure it just keeps them from bleeding out and allows you to stabilize them.
Yes. Okay, yeah, I should have read about that before I put. I've got an 11 heal skill and 3 healer's kit. I was like, yeah.
They still come in handy, believe
Yeah,
me.
it's still useful, especially when you're on
Yeah.
the verge of death.
Yeah.
I would
It's
Middle-
going to help.
I would just
Yeah.
drop the number of skill points in it to like somewhere between 5 and 10. At some point.
No problem. I'm not worried about min-maxing. I was just curious.
Yep.
But yeah, at any rate, I'm going to kneel down, pull out my healer's kit, and I'll my hands start to glow, and I'll put my hand over his wounds. He's probably lying on the ground, kind of like twitching and stuff like that. And I'm gonna cast over. Let me find it. What is it? Cure light wounds. And what do I roll for that?
You
It should
actually
be a
don't.
D8.
It's just a D8 plus the con modifier.
Oh, plus my con modifier.
No, it should be
Actually, yeah,
Caster
you're right.
level?
It's caster level. Yep.
yeah, so it's a D8 plus 4.
Okay, so I heal him for 11.
It's pretty good.
All right, so
Not
now you're at
bad.
14s, Raiden.
I don't know how that happened.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
2 Stridents.
That's all right. It's as you click through on me,
Yeah.
and it transferred all the information over. No big deal. Boink.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to use another mushroom.
I'll look at Strident and say, perhaps next time you be more careful with other people's possessions.
You were paid for it.
I think we all paid for it.
I nod my head.
You put others at peril when you are foolish.
I mean, I'm just gonna punch Strident in the shoulder, like not hard, not like an attack. I'm just gonna friendly punch, like boonk, like don't do
I
that
wouldn't
again.
do that.
How do I do that?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Well, I just did it.
Does he have to take a damage roll for punching
No,
spiked armor?
I'm not trying to damage you. I'm just like,
He knows. He knows that you're wearing spiked armor, so he's just punching not on the spikes.
Yeah.
It's like where you put your fist on somebody's shoulder and you just push them and say,
Yeah, exactly. Like, come on, don't do that again.
you are still alive. We can press on.
I'm going to use lay on hands on myself and heal for another 4.
All right, which way are you guys going?
It looks like the path goes off in 2 directions, or is it 3?
It's 2.
It's 2. And I'm gonna say to the party, I say, to the right, there are spider webs and flames, and to the left, an open door. I do not know where to go.
Well, Talus will say, I want to go take a look at stone over here.
But be careful. It looks dangerous.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm going to stay over here.
I don't want to go over by the webs, but I do want to go look at this stone.
You're within viewing range.
Basically, he kind of wants to look it over and see if it is the same as the memory stone he saw at the temple.
It absolutely is, only this time there appears to be 2 of them.
Where's the second one at? Directly across from it?
Yep.
I don't.
Okay.
Turk doesn't want to say this, but he does. He kind of sighs and says, "The person we spoke to earlier did say that blue was dangerous."
He did.
No, he said the blue mushrooms were dangerous.
No, he said blue was dangerous. He might have been referring to the mushrooms at the time, but he did say blue.
Can Talus see what's beyond the cobwebs, or is they too thick?
It appears to
Looks
just
like
be a
there's
wall behind it, as far as you can tell.
With-
There might be something.
With some fire, maybe?
Oh yeah, there's definitely fire.
Now, is the fire exactly the way it looks, or is it like engulfing the entire wall, just on the floor?
I'll have Joe describe it to you.
It spouts up from the ground, sort of like jets, but it's a continuous, like a roaring. You know, there might be little sputters here and there, but it's pretty much that. You know, and they're pretty tall. This is at least probably 5 or 6 feet tall, from what it looks like. I mean, somebody that might be able to fly or, you know, get over it might be fine, but you'd still have a tough time even getting high enough to not be singed at the very least by the flame. Like it's pretty. It looks pretty intense.
Okay, so I'm wondering. Drew is looking at the flames, and does he know anything about the caves since he's lived here? As to, like, has he seen this before?
Not the last time he was awake. They weren't here yesterday, as far as you remember.
So he's definitely very concerned and wondering why there's flames here. If there's no, he's never seen flames in this cave before, and now there's flames here, and he would know like the structure of the cave pretty well, I assume, and he knows it's not like on the side of any volcano or anything like that. So there should be no reason that there's fire there. So can I check and see if that's natural? If like I can see, use my knowledge nature check and see if that's natural.
Absolutely, sure.
And also, do we hear it? Do we hear the roaring of the fire?
Oh yeah, it's definitely caused
Okay.
by a large amount of pressure and gases.
Oh, so I rolled a nat 20 on that one.
Yep,
My nature check.
yep. Is by your best guess, this is completely natural. Although, as hard as it is for you to understand and comprehend, it appears to be of natural causes.
I look back at the party. I say, "That's natural."
I'm gonna move forward and touch one of the stones.
Which one, blue or green?
But
Or excuse me, left or right?
I'm gonna
right
do
one?
the right one, and I'm gonna stand behind it just like this.
Okay. Nothing appears to happen.
So these are exactly the same as ones in the temple.
You were in the temple, right?
Yeah.
As far as you can tell.
Can I do a religion check?
Yep. Okay. So, as far as you can tell, they are identical, but you've never seen them in pairs before.
Striden's going to walk down right in the middle between the two of them.
I am not.
Turk says something like, Trebbleclef was babbling about some stones when he came back to the city. No, never mind. Turk was at the village. He doesn't say that. My bad.
Did you mean that Alice goes down the center of the hallway there, Ty? I think you misspoke.
Yeah.
I think you said Stridon.
No, I meant Talus.
Oh, okay.
Do you like stop in between them, or you keep going, or?
No, I'm just going to walk. But I'll walk like 2 or 3 feet beyond, just the other side, and then turn around and look back at my companions.
Okay,
And
sure.
I'm gonna follow him, but just stay on just the other side of the stones, not cross over. I'll stay on the other side while he crosses over.
Turk doesn't really trust what those are, and he'll stand actually further back down the hallway. Where is that? Yeah, he already lost a 10-foot pole today. He's not really happy.
Nothing appears to happen.
Alice will step right in the middle between the two and stop and stand there for a minute.
Okay, nothing appears to happen.
All right, is Stridon still touching the stone on the right, Dan?
No, at this point in time, I'm going to move back by Turk.
Okay, I'm going to move over to the stone on the left and inspect it with all manner of, kind of running my fingers around it and seeing if there's anything I can find out about it. So I am touching it.
Okay. Talus disappears.
While Stridon, plus disappears. Okay.
No, so Talus just disappeared?
Yes.
Okay, well, he disappeared in like a puff of smoke, or did he just wank, like 80s movie quick clip, and he's, one frame and he's gone?
That one, the latter.
Okay.
I'm going to rush forward at that point in time and stand in between them and look around to see if maybe I can see him like on the ground somewhere.
Well, seeing that happen, I take my hands off the stone and I say, "Oh no!"
When do you take your hand off the stone?
As soon as he disappears, as soon as I look and I notice that he disappears, so it would be before Stridon gets there because we all see it at the same time, presumably.
Yep.
He starts running over
fine.
there. I've got my hand off.
So Stridon, you're looking around and you don't see any sign of him at all.
Turk runs up to the exact same spot where Talus was and says, "Where did he go?" And he stands in the exact same spot, but looks around.
I'm going to turn and say to everybody, "Listen, I don't know if this will happen again, but I'm going to put my hand on this. But I want to come with you. Could you please hold my hand while I touch this? And I will move here and see if we all go."
How about we all just line up in a row between them both?
So you guys kind of all put your arms out and stretch between the two of them, arms wide, and one of you touches the left one of you touches the right one?
Yep, Turk thinks in his head, it should have been easier, the 10-foot pole.
And wherever Talus is, he's thinking, "Man, I hope they don't come with me."
All right, as soon as you guys do that, you see Talus again.
Talus, we thought you left us.
I'm taking my hand off the stone and I am walking back. I'm getting away from there. Now that we're back with Talus, I'm glad we're back with him now.
Turk says, "Talus, we brought you back. Are there still spider webs and stuff?"
Yeah, nothing about the scene changed. It just you're back with him.
Okay.
Did Talus notice anything change? I mean,
Besides them being gone and now being with you again?
okay, so he sort of the opposite. He noticed they were gone, and they noticed he was gone.
Yep.
Okay, there's one other thing I would like to try, and it will probably be futile. Talus is going to stand there. He's going to stand there in the middle again and kind of close his eyes, and he's thinking and praying at the same time. And what he's thinking and praying the gods of light to do for him is to send him to the time where he could stop himself from activating the memory stone in the first place.
So basically, almost wishing to be at the other memory stone to stop yourself back in the temple?
Yes. To somehow stop myself from activating the memory stone. Yes.
Okay.
And who
I-
knows? Maybe it'll even save the life of the guy that was with him, whose name I can't remember now.
Killeth. How dare you forget him?
Oh yeah, that's right. Killeth. Oh yeah, you mean that guy like cried over and did the ceremony over and that guy? Yeah, whatever his name was.
Okay.
It hasn't even been a day that he's been
Correct.
buried.
Best friend of mine.
All right. So I think that's a good place to stop. We'll go into a hangout after this and discuss stuff. Joe, if you want to get that set up, or I can, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I just gotta get close out of here. I already saved character sheets and such before I close the game.
What happened?
Nothing. I just say tonight went by fast. I mean, it's already been 2.5 hours. It seemed to me like maybe 45 minutes at most had passed.
Time flies.
I mean, it just went really quick.
Time flies when you're time traveling and having fun.
That's true. Or 45 minutes passed.
All right, guys. Dice and Decks signing off. Thanks for watching.